Hello, my name is Sabine and a warm welcome to our May newsletter in which we highlight some of the health awareness events. You would have noticed over the last couple of months we've had different staff join me to highlight these events, and this time I am joined by Cheryl Mueller, our district nurse. Welcome. Hello. Cheryl.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you for joining me. And Amanda will be joining us at the end of the vlog to talk about a few other health awareness events as well. Now, Cheryl, lots of people probably know your face and know that you've been working here for a while, but for those within the community that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your work at TDHS?
Well, I grew up on the north coast of New South Wales where they've had severe floods this year. I married locally, so we lived in Bendigo for 20 years, and then I moved down here 18 years ago and started working as a district nurse at TDHS. And district nursing is about visiting the clients in the community and providing services that they individually need.
Yeah, very important job, isn't it? In May we've got International Midwives Day, and on the 12th of May it's International Nurses Day, in which we celebrate the wonderful work that nurses do and the caring work they do. But a lot of people probably don't realise when nurses, they think, yeah, on the ward of a hospital, but nurses you can find nurses in any kind of different circumstances, can't you?
And the scope for nurses now is so broad. I mentioned to you that I met someone recently, a nurse who worked on an oil rig, and there are nurses that work in individual practices in distant territories of Australia, like in the deserts in the Pilbara or places like Christmas Island. There are nurses that work overseas for Australian companies. There are nurses that work in CEO positions. There are nurses that work in schools, in doctors' practices, and district nursing, palliative care. There's lots of areas that nurses can work in.
Yeah, which is amazing. So yeah, a lot of people wouldn't really probably know that, and I didn't know that either. Can you explain, being a district nurse, can you explain why it is so important to have a district nurse coming to your home and take care of you instead of being treated in a hospital?
I think the most important factor is the fact that people are more comfortable in their own home. They've got their own surroundings, they're familiar with the whole layout, with the wind blowing the curtain or whatever. They've got things around them that they love, like their pets or family photographs. The physical side of it, they're much more comfortable. They're in their own bed. People always sleep better in their own bed. I don't know how many people have told me that they don't sleep well in hospital.
No, you don't.
There's noise, There's the bed's too hard, the neighbour's too noisy, things disturb them and they're just not in a comfortable place. So physically it's better at home, and there's the cost too. Can be cheaper to stay at home than in hospital. And there are a lot of services like palliative care that provide the equipment you need to be able to stay at home if you need higher than normal, have higher than normal needs.
Yeah, well, that's true. And talking about palliative care, in May, 22nd to the 28th of May, it's Palliative Care Week. And that raises understanding about the care and support that is available for people and also their carers and their family. How do you, as a district nurse, Cheryl, assist in getting people through this difficult and very precious time?
I think the first thing to say would be the fact that the word palliative sometimes puts people off. People might think that the word palliative or that palliative care is all about dying, and it's actually about living. It's about living those last few days or those last few weeks or months to the optimal, to the best you can. And it's about planning so that your family know exactly what to do at different stages that you might go through, so that things are in place towards the end and your family and yourself don't have to be making serious decisions in situations where they're not comfortable doing that. People who plan ahead and accept services, and services are put in early, and the palliative care team or the district nurses don't have to be there in your face all the time or making decisions for you. They can just be there as much as what you need them. Can be as little or as much. So I think it's just people understanding that they're there to help. Some people, might just think, oh no, I don't want to go there. They're not ready for it. But it's about understanding, I think, that the people are there to help, and that you can have a nice, comfortable death at home if that's, what the outcome's going to be. Yeah,
it's all about, I guess, consumer-centred care, isn't it? Which is very important.
And what people's needs are, and then what the family's needs are, because some people do need to be supported well by families who can cope.
Yep.
And it's about supporting the families to cope as well.
Yeah, it's making it peaceful for everyone, doesn't it? And not too daunting, and because it can be, of course, very scary and daunting.
That's right, but it sort of often depends on how much the person has had an opportunity to accept, I suppose, if they have a diagnosis like that.
Yeah, no, it's great to give that peace of mind. Anything else that you would like our community to know about district nursing that you think they might not really know about? Because
I sometimes get asked by the clients after I've seen someone a couple of times, and they go, oh, now that you've finished with me, are you going home? And I just sort of laugh, because I think you don't go home. There's a lot of preparation. Like I said, everything works well if you plan it. I'm a planner. I like writing lists and having things ready for the next day. So when we finish seeing clients, we come back here to the hospital. There might be ordering supplies to do, planning the next day's run, receiving referrals and ringing people up to organise what time are we going to visit and when is it convenient. Just communicating with doctors, having to write letters or phone calls to other health professionals to link in, and so there's a lot of other things to do.
Every day is different.
Every day is different. And that's what I love about it. I think the most is being out there in the community, because it's so different. But also, every single client you go to has got a different need. You're not in a ward where everybody's got the same need. So a lot of variety.
Well, that's great. That's great. Well, thank you very much, Cheryl, for assisting me in this month's vlog. Thank you. And I now hand over to Amanda to highlight some other healthcare events for this month.
Thanks, Sabine. Crohn's and Colitis Awareness Month occurs every year. Crohn's and colitis are often referred to as inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD. Crohn's and colitis are conditions which affect the intestines. These conditions cause the intestines to become red and inflamed. Crohn's disease can affect any area of the intestine, while colitis, formerly known as ulcerative colitis, affects the large intestine or the colon. As with many other symptoms of IBD can vary between individuals. Some of them include fatigue and tiredness, frequent diarrhea and bowel movements, abdominal cramps and pain, anemia, loss of weight, and loss of appetite. Crohn's and Colitis Awareness Month promotes greater understanding of IBD. The major supporting organisation is Crohn's and Colitis Australia. They've in recent years used the Can't Wait theme to carry their message. The theme Can't Wait was chosen as it works on many levels. As a basic level, Can't Wait reflects the urgency IBD sufferers experience when they need to go to the toilet on short notice. If you can't wait, don't wait. See your doctor with any bowel-related symptoms. You can contact Timboon Clinic on 555 86 088 for more information and advice. It's also Domestic and Family Violence Prevention Month. It's a month for all of us to speak up about domestic violence, raise awareness and support survivors of this devastating but common issue. Domestic and family violence isn't just physical, it can be financial, emotional, or technologically abused. There are many different forms of domestic and family violence, however, they are all used to control a person and their actions. Domestic violence can happen to anyone, and it is present in every community, regardless of age, gender, sexual orientation, race, socio-economic status, religion, or nationality. The COVID pandemic and the accompanying lockdowns, social distancing, and other mitigating measures have only exacerbated domestic violence, as the usual escapes for survivors, that is, shelters, police restraining orders, friends and family, and others might not have been accessible due to fears of contracting or spreading the virus, socially distancing, and limited services. If you need help, please contact these numbers, as you can contact the Timboon Clinic on 555 86 088. You are not alone. It's also Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month. CF primarily affects the lungs and digestive system because of the malfunction in a gland that makes substances such as saliva, sweat, tears, and mucus. People with CF develop an abnormal amount of excessively thick and sticky mucus within their lungs, airways, and digestive system. This causes impairment of the digestive functions of the pancreas and traps bacteria in the lungs, resulting in recurrent infections, leading to irreversible damage. CF is an autosomal recessive, meaning that it occurs equally in males and females. The CF gene must be inherited from both parents and can skip generations. In Australia, 1 in 2,500 babies are born with CF, that is 1 every 4 days. On average, 1 in 25 people carry the gene, and most are unaware that they are carriers, because carriers of CF are unaffected and therefore show no symptoms. It is hard for them to know that CF may be a real risk. From birth, a person with CF undergoes constant medical treatments and physiotherapy. Treatment generally involves intensive daily physio to clear their lungs, antibiotic therapy to treat lung infections, aerosol mist inhalations via a nebulizer to help open their airways. A nutritious diet is helpful that needs to be high calorie, high salt, and high fat. And exercise is also important to help clear the airways and build core strength. You can contact us on 555 86 000 to make an appointment with either our dietitian, physio, or exercise physiologist, or you can also contact the clinic 555 86 088 to make an appointment with one of our GPs. Back to you, Sabine.
Thanks, Amanda, for highlighting these important health awareness events in May. Now, one thing I want to point out as well is that it's National Volunteer Week from the 16th to the 22nd of May, in which we thank our volunteers every day of the year because they do such a brilliant job. Our volunteers deliver Meals on Wheels every day. They transport people to very important health appointments. They assist social support group clients in making it the best day ever. And so they are very important in running our healthcare service, and so we would like to take this opportunity to really thank them and help us working together for a healthy community. So it's a fantastic job that they're doing, and thank you very, very much for all the hard work that you do. And thank you to the community for being resilient and kind. And as I always say, we have a wonderful community, and we do a great job in getting through the COVID, which is still around. So continue, please, to stay safe and stay kind, and help us work together for a healthy community. Thank you.